LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain
No, it said uncredited. And her job was like reporting her for. I got to find things. Here we go, everybody. Travis, headphones on.
Is LoveLine.
Cans.
With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Travis Barker's here tonight, along with his beautiful bride, Shanna, from Meet the Barkers, which I have been watching. Yes, I have.
What do you guys think? I can't wait to hear this.
Well, what do I think?
We've known you for a long time, Travis. I mean, come on.
I'm not. It's just how I pictured you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Travis
That's
is.
cool.
I saw the one where you guys got drunk and vomited, and we're heading to the Teen Choice Awards.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Driving through in and out. They pulled a real power move too. They were in a limo. And they were on their way to like the Teen Choice Awards, and they said to the driver, and Drew, you would have never had to wave us to do this.
I wouldn't have thought
Can you
of it.
pull through the in and out? And then when they pulled through the in and out, they said to the guy, could you front us $20?
We didn't have no money.
No,
Oh
we
my
only had
God.
$100 bill, and In-N-Out won't break $100 bills. So we needed like a $20 bill.
Well, you got to talk.
Okay, I wasn't surprised if we didn't have any money that morning.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's happened before, too. But
Yeah,
you know those mornings, like the next day? And mind you, I hadn't thrown up since I was 12, and it was from, like, the flu, you know?
Oh,
So
really?
this is my first big throw up from alcohol.
You haven't thrown up from booze?
No, he
like
never
I like to
gets
smoke.
sick.
That was
Right.
always my thing.
Right.
You know, drinking came later. Like
Right.
her and I developed a little drinking habit.
Okay. Well,
You
now,
know?
how old are you now, Travis?
I'm 29.
29 in your first vomit from booze.
Yep.
Wow.
Well done.
And now, what do you think the over or under on Travis's first vomit from booze?
What would I
What age?
predicted?
What age? You would have said 13.
Yeah, 13, 12, something like that.
12, 13.
Yeah.
But 29 he made it to.
No, I did different things when I was 13 that were way worse that I turned green and got rushed to the hospital for. So
But
it was
never,
awful.
but still never vomited.
No vomiting.
Wow. All right, and by the way, Drew, let me ask you about vomiting. You know, people they're fine their whole career, and then all of a sudden their shoulder pops out of socket,
Right.
and then it pops out 4 months later.
Is vomiting
it
the same way?
loosens up. Are
Yeah.
they loosened up now? Can they
Oh,
vomit more?
They're in the vomit realm.
So it's game on with the vomit. All right, Shayna and Shayna. Now let's see the other episode. I've seen a few of. Well, how many have aired? 4.
Do you see my beautiful wife modeling?
Yeah, I saw the Playboy.
Oh,
well,
he's putting it on now, boys.
No,
wow.
I saw Shayna down modeling her clothing line, I guess, or putting
It's-
her clothing on models
Yes.
over at the Playboy pictorial place over there.
Studios, yeah,
The
Studio
studios.
West.
Yes, which I've been to, Drew. Oh, yes.
It's fun, huh? They have all
Broken
those
at
cool
night or what?
centerfolds.
They got a little segment called Something for the Ladies, and it was just me in a banana hammock. You know, back at the Man Show. I got a lot of positive
That's sort of
notices
your Burt
on it.
Reynolds pose. Nice.
Yeah. Couldn't tell where the rug ended and I started.
That's rare. And then all of a sudden there's your torso.
Yes, you guys. All right, so what else? Let's see. Got the kids. Got the. Although I got to say, we were watching the show and we saw the kid with the semi-mohawk, and my wife was not pleased. She said, "No, you don't give a child a mohawk."
He was
you
actually
absolutely
skinned.
do. No, he
That
has
was
a
grown
good,
out.
He has a good old-fashioned traditional mohawk if you put it up, but I mean, he's one. I'm not gonna put hairspray on the kid. You know?
Right.
We do it once
That's
in a
where he
while.
draws the line. Adam.
Holidays,
How dare
holidays,
you?
we put it up. Yeah.
But no hairspray.
Well,
Adam,
Drew,
how
I've
dare
said
you?
this many times. If and when I have kids, I'm just gonna buzz them. Twice a year until they're like 5, and then they can start doing their thing.
Yeah,
but
they're
why
gonna-
get into? You don't want head lice and all that crap, chewing gum in there, and twigs. It just
Very
buzz it
practical.
off. What's all
Girls,
these
boys,
pa-
doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't need to pay.
Buzz
Get
it.
taking the kid to Fantastic Sam's and paying $9 a
Yeah,
pop.
we
get
do
the
it at
girls
home together.
I
you
do it
give him,
myself.
yeah, you give him a lollipop, and he has no problems.
I
You know?
wish my folks would have done that. Would have cared enough
Yep.
to give me a
Shaved you.
mohawk. Yeah. All right. So Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock. What's going on with Blink 182? Are they broken up? Hiatus? What's up?
It's kind of a wrap for right now. You know,
Is there?
it's transplants time. You know, it was always transplants time. It was planned for years. You know,
Right.
but 4 years ago we took a break and Tom and I did Boxcar.
Right.
Now, 4 years later, Mark and I are doing a project called Plus 44. Tom will probably do a solo project, and then
I have a really big dick.
and then maybe
Yeah.
we'll come back and make more rap music.
But everyone's cool.
Yeah,
Everyone's
absolutely.
happy?
Yeah, no one's mad at each other. Like no bitterness or anger.
I wonder. Financially, people don't think it's a good idea to break up the band, but you take a few years off and then you make your big comeback. Yeah,
Especially when you got another thing going.
yeah. I mean, from these bandmates, and then you make your big comeback. Yeah. All right. Where were we, Drew? What was I thinking about?
I don't know.
Let me tell you guys.
Oh, no.
I know. Do you guys hate getting up in the morning? I saw your
Yes.
show. It's
Yes,
horrible.
it's me.
It's the one thing. It's the one thing I can never get used to.
That's because we never get enough sleep. The mornings are great. It's just if you sleep.
No, but not. Yeah, I mean, not getting. Getting.
The way
Sleeping 4 hours.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying in life. There are a lot of things from braca flour to sort of doing your work that you couldn't tolerate many years ago, but you're used to it now as an adult. You've overcame. But the getting up early is as painful as it was the first day I had to do it to go to school as it was this morning when Bernie Mac I had to do the Bernie Mac show today. I was doing 2 days. They gave me no call time, so I went to bed at my usual 2:45. Phone rang at 6:45.
And you didn't have the phone off the hook or the ringer off?
I did have the ringer off. Yeah.
See,
How
I
did it
feel your
ring?
pain, but Trav gets up at like the crack of dawn, and he's already exercised and did
Speed.
Vomited.
But I do agree.
work.
Like, if you only
No,
get,
he's
like,
run like
4
companies.
hours,
He's doing like
Yeah.
record label
You know what I
stuff
mean?
and band stuff and his clothing label. And by the time I wake
he-
up,
He's so much
for
more
lunch.
man than I am. I get it. I'm a puss.
No, but it does suck. It does
like
suck if you don't get
I
enough
hate
sleep.
getting
You know.
up in the
Yes.
morning. I hate it.
How did you get up if there's no phone ringer?
Well, because here's what happened. Remember I said the Bernie Mac set is a pretty laid back set? Mm-hmm. They're so goddamn laid back. They never called me the day before and gave me a call time, and my call time was 6:30 a.m. at Griffith Park.
No.
Yes. Phone rang at 10 to 7, and I figured I could hear it in the distance. I figured something must be up. I woke up. It's my agent. He said, "Where are you?" It's like, do you have to ask where someone is, by the way, at 6:45 in the morning?
But when you answer it at your home, that he
Where
called.
am I? I'm fly fishing. I'm in Vermont. What do you mean, where am I? I'm in bed. I got a boner. I'm not going any. It's dark outside. What do you mean, where am I? It's 6:30. No one ever called me. Well, they need you. There's 80 extras doing a marathon scene. The whole trucks, the whole lights. Everyone's just sitting there waiting for me in the first scene. I look like the world's biggest a-hole rolling in at 7:45.
Oh.
No one ever told me. But I'll tell you something that's good. You know what's better? We got to invent
That to me
this.
is like the worst dream I could ever have. Do you ever have bad dreams when you don't know your lines or I can't even tolerate thinking about what you did.
Well, here's the thing, and I still think it's better if you go to bed like I do at 2:30 every night, and you have to get up at 5:30 or 6 to make a 7 a.m. flight. It's better just to have the phone ring and wake you up and have that adrenaline surge and hit the ground running than it is to go to bed with the knowledge that you're only going to get a few hours sleep. You keep looking at the clock. How do we do that? How do we invent that alarm clock?
The one that gives the one that injects you with adrenaline.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe electric shock.
No, it just erases your mind from knowing. No, you can't know that you're going to wake
up and masturbate.
Really?
Yeah, and it clears your head.
I'm all tapped from before going to bed. Is my problem. And
you got to switch it up sometimes.
I'm not 29 anymore, Travis.
Hands?
I got a little refractory.
No, I don't. I can though, but no, I don't.
Oh, impressive.
Ooh.
I did when I broke my hand though.
Oh, you got to.
Absolutely.
Adam's been worried about that. He's always afraid he's going to break his
No,
hand.
You know what? It feels like someone else is touching you for the first couple of weeks while you used it. You get used to using your new hand.
I dig these someone else touching
too
it.
much information for
The
me.
problem is it's a dude's hand.
I know.
I think I'm getting raped in prison. That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just thinking how poor Shanna doesn't know how men work.
No.
Being exposed to this for the first time.
She does not. But I imagine Travis is a drummer would be pretty good on his stick with either hand. You got to be good with both hands and the foot. You got to be able to do that.
Good rhythm.
Travis, can you sing and drum?
I've never tried.
I'm always amazed at the guys who sing and drum. I just go, you could do it.
Playing the piano and singing too. It'd be hard.
Yeah, but drumming is just like I don't know.
Physical.
Yeah, physical. All right. Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock, everyone. trying to think what other
it's going to be
episodes
competing
I've
with
seen.
my show.
Drew, what's your
Yeah.
show? Well,
Wednesday night, 10 o'clock.
no one's going to watch it.
Oh,
Come on.
shut up.
Hey, what show's that?
I got a show at Discovery Health Channel starting in June.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Listen,
Congratulations.
Different demo. Here's
Different
the deal.
demo indeed.
You two will divide the country right down the middle.
You're right.
We'll share.
Yeah. 145 million will watch Drew's show, and 145 million will watch Meet the Barkers.
That'd be great. But I got to have you guys on my show. And you can promote your show,
Oh,
and we'll share.
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, where are you guys? Are you guys out in Orange County? Or
No. We live in Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
LA proper?
Yeah. We I moved here like right when we got pregnant, like right before we had Landon. I moved here and I never left.
I can. We'll talk off there because I'm trying to figure out where their house is because I see it on the show. I don't want to tell on the air what street or anything.
I'll tell
but
you afterwards.
We'll find out. And also,
You
This is
thought
our
you thought it was
exact
Orange
address.
County.
well, I had that vibe.
Yeah, I was saying, nowhere in Los Angeles I can think of that looks like Orange County.
I was. I also. Well, things were neat and clean.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's Orange County.
Yeah, like I pull up to my house and there's a bum on fire every night. That's how I know where my house is. I tell people, there's no address. Look for the flaming bum. You urinate on him, put him out, and then you just honk the horn. I'll open the gate. That's how it works. Look for the flaming bum. Bum. All right. Where were we?
Taking calls.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
no, I wanted to say one other thing. Oh, I also saw Travis. I started to sound like a stalker now, but I think I was watching Cribs the other night, and it was the car. It was the whips and dubs and rides version,
yeah.
and Travis was out looking at like
Like it's
Maybach.
a lot of airtime. That's
So
Yeah.
many people come up to me and
It's
talk to us about
crazy.
that, though. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
It is old because I saw it like 2 years ago too, I think,
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
I saw it last night. But he was looking at the Maybach and he was looking at Lamborghini.
He just got a new
Murcielago.
Cadillac, actually, a 76.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
76 Eldorado, like
Oh,
mint
really?
condition, has like 6,000 original
Convertible, it's really
miles.
beautiful.
6,000
Yeah.
original miles.
We take the family out in it.
What
Yeah.
color?
Awesome.
What color
It's
is it?
white.
Red interior.
It's white with red interior. Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Oh, that's perfect. It's the way to
That's
go.
like my daily driver right now. That's all I
He
drive.
takes Sunday drives.
So you never
Yeah.
bought any Maybachs or
I really,
Diablos?
here's my thing. I really, really, really am passionately in love with the Phantom,
Mhm.
but I feel like a jerk owning that car, you know?
Yeah.
Until I've bought like everyone in my family, everyone I love, everyone who needs help, like cars, I don't feel right having one of those.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know.
I like that.
I don't know.
I'd buy one in Brody on my dad's lawn.
But that's a mean car. I
Yes,
love that car.
it looks good. Gwen,
17? Gwen.
you're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
Basically, I have. Oh, by the way, Dr. Drew, I saw you on Friday
Oh, Friday.
at Santa Monica. I yelled, "What's up, Dr. Drew?"
Oh, yeah, thanks. That was fun.
Yeah.
We saw the commercial.
Never heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I was just wondering because all you guys talk about is what sluts guys are and how all they want is ass. And can I say ass?
No.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
All right.
So the sluts they are, and basically, I was hooking up with my boyfriend, and I went, to do what every good girlfriend should, and he said to not do it.
No, are you talking about oral sex?
Yeah.
Travis said that to me, too.
No.
yeah, in the
way.
beginning. Yeah, in the beginning, I was like, "Yo, I don't really like oral sex. Like, I love foreplay, but I don't want to have oral sex. It doesn't do anything for me."
Whoa.
And then,
Travis.
she
It
did,
just took the
she
right
did, Yeah, she
girl.
did some magic with her mouth, and things changed, and now I love it. But
Now
Wow.
he's like a monster.
yeah,
He's
some guys
obsessed.
don't get off on it though. I didn't get
Right,
off on
wow.
it.
It made
Can't
he's not
stop
into
him
that.
now.
I didn't get off on it for like
Easy,
15
baby.
years.
He's an animal.
Some guys just need, I think, a little coercing or just relaxing and because some guys I think get really nervous.
Yeah. And that's how I am when Miss USA 1995. She's got a bag. Just a please ain't going to do it.
Maybe you can coach Travis on how to receive.
Oh, boy. I'll
You know,
tell you.
Wait, listen.
I'll tell you what, Travis. I don't like to brag. I mean, you do your thing. That's fine. You do your little thing on the drums, whatever, MTV. No one receives oral like the Ace Man.
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of guys brag on how they can pleasure a woman. That ain't my bag. My bag is receiving, and I say nobody does it better. Nobody, Drew. If there's a guy
I've
who
heard that
can
once or
receive
twice.
oral better than me,
Bring him on.
I haven't met him. I'll tell you that. I'll take on all comers, as they ridiculously say. I'll show you some of my moves. This is, and here's the thing: I don't push too hard. I just kind of lean back like
Look at this.
this.
Well, behold. There it is.
And then I might toss in one of these.
The visuals right now.
Once in a while, just throwing a. Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, really.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, top that.
At that point, do they stop giving you a blowjob? And look at you and
No.
go?
He keeps going. I mean,
He keeps going.
No, she'll go. Yeah, true. That's my form. Travis, here's the thing about Travis. So surprising. You would have figured he would have vomited from booze by the time he got out of grade school, and you would have figured he was a huge fan of oral sex. But as it turns out,
Nay.
No, now I am, though.
Nay
Now
times
he's like
two.
an
But I have to
sex
say, for
monster.
15 years, I wanted nothing to do with it. I just wanted to.
Huzzah to that.
I wanted to get down. I didn't want you doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know the girls, but if it's your old lady,
Right.
yeah. I spent 10 years of just not having a girlfriend and being promiscuous. But now that I have an old lady,
Yeah.
I don't know. You learn to love other things that you didn't know about.
To me,
intimacy.
being in a rock band and being on the road and getting a little BJ, that to me, that's why I would start the band. That's what we'd call. We'd be called the BJ Receivers. That's the whole name of the band. Bust be shaped like a giant penis.
Be shortened to the Receivers eventually.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we call the Receivers.
Yeah.
That's not a bad name for a band.
The
is there?
Receivers.
Is there a Receivers?
Absolutely. I don't think so.
I know what the ladies like. They like giving me oral. Is whose clothing line is it? Is it Shayna's or
It's
Travis's?
I started my clothing line in 1999, and I was always designing the girls' stuff as well as the guys' stuff. And then when Shanna and I got together, just kind of like organically happened. Like she had a bunch of ideas, so
It
I
looked
turned
like
over the
guys were
girls' stuff.
designing the
Yeah,
girls.
and mind you, I wasn't doing a rad job designing girls' clothes.
Yeah,
so
but it
she
was
kills it. Like she really excels.
It
at
was
that.
bold, I guess, to even do it. Most people, most guys just do T-shirts and shorts and stuff for other guys, right?
Yeah, you know what though? Like it's so like my clothing line it's like. It's an outlet for me. Like it's so different than all like the band stuff. Like I love fashion. Like I love Versace. I love Dolce & Gabbana. I love Chanel. I love Gucci.
You're
you know what I
gay.
mean?
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but you wear the same shirt every single day.
I know, but am I a scumbag? Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But am I inspired and am I influenced by that stuff? Yeah.
So you're like a guy who loves art that has no paintings in your house.
Oh, he's painting.
No, I have a lot of paintings. No, but some stuff like that, yeah. Like, I mean, I do look like a scumbag. I
Right.
do look.
I've seen
I do wear the same
concrete.
T-shirt every day.
I know. Travis, no, that was
He
that
washes.
was an
He does all his
analogy.
own
Weird. It's an
laundry though,
interesting
and he
moment.
washes them like himself, like
Yeah, I wash
every
my
night
own
before he
clothes.
goes to bed. He's like.
Why aren't you
obsessed
doing
with it.
his laundry?
Because he really enjoys
like
it.
doing
like
that,
he
like-
likes doing. I would do it for him, but he actually gets a great pleasure. It's almost like he meditates when he does it.
Wow.
So.
And I feel weird. I feel weird dressing nice all the time. I just feel like I'm.
But he does dress up
don't
every
know.
now and then. We'll have date nights and.
Oh,
we'll go
really?
out
Yeah,
to a
guys-
nice
I have like
restaurant,
rad
you know.
Versace suits and stuff, and we'll
he'll
just go out to
dress
dinner,
up
and I'll
and-
get in a suit for that night or whatever. It's
Where do you
fun.
go? Where do you go out?
We go to Mr. Chow's. We go to Matsuhisa. We go to
We like to try new
Crustaceans.
restaurants.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
have so
try
many
new
like.
places.
Yeah, we go out to eat pretty much every night though.
I suggested
fun.
I suggested date night with my wife too, and she didn't know it meant I was going out with somebody.
Right.
Oh,
On a date. At first, she was excited, and I was
Then
like,
she got
"Wow,
angry.
what a player! She's taking this. What a trooper! She's taking this great. I thought it was going to be a tough sell, but turns out date night was easy, and then I stepped out. All right, let's take ourselves another call and
or 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Let's see. It's masturbating. I don't need any of that.
I want to talk to him.
It's a her.
Callie? Oh, it's a her.
Yeah.
Callie?
Hi.
20, what's up?
I called Dr. Drew about like 2, maybe 3 years ago, and he said that he thought I was bipolar. And then, of course, I didn't listen to him, and I started getting heavy into drugs and ended up being a heroin addict. And about a year ago on Christmas Eve, I came home and told my parents, and got totally sober and started going to a doctor, and he said I was bipolar also. And I'm on all these medications now, but the one that scares me the most is Adderall.
Yeah.
And it's a methamphetamine pretty much that all my
Yeah.
friends used to sell. you
Yeah,
know?
if you're in an abstinence program,
Well, see, I didn't even do that. I just was stubborn and went home like threw up, sweated out, and for a year I've been sober.
You're
So I
not.
didn't-
You're
I
not on
don't even go
methadone. You're not on Subutex. You're
nothing,
not on.
nothing.
Well, she's on her
You're
parents' sofa. where
Hang
she
on.
can't
You're
get
not on
anything.
Klonopin or any of these things.
No.
What are the medicines they're giving you?
Wellbutrin, Lamictal, and Neurontin for sleeping. They're all like stroke medicines.
All right, that's very cool. Those are medicines that will not hurt you. Adderall will reactivate your disease. Please do not
That's
take
what
that.
I thought.
Yeah, I've seen disasters on Adderall.
Really?
And all of this.
I
The
think
ADD
I like that
drugs.
one, right?
I'm
I'm
sure.
turning like into a tweaker. I'm losing all this weight and shit. And
Oh.
Oh, you're taking the Adderall. Oh, yeah. You go
Dropping
to
the S-bomb,
listen,
too.
Callie. Go to
Yeah,
Narcotics
why do it
Anonymous.
alone?
Go to NA, get a sponsor. You can get some support and have some people to talk to about this when you have questions. You have to call radio. You're not going to stay sober without a program. It just doesn't work that way. You've done a great job so far taking care of yourself. Take it all the way home.
Shayna,
Yes.
you where are you from? You were crowned Miss USA in '95.
Yeah, I'm originally from Rhode Island.
Oh my
Barrington
God. It's
Providence,
Rhode
Rhode
Island
Island.
week for us.
Wow.
Yes.
Quahog?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seth
stuffy,
MacFarlane
Steph
in here.
Quahogs. They're so good. They don't have them here. But I was actually Miss USA. New York, Miss New York for Miss USA.
Ah.
Yeah.
And I had
95?
yeah.
95, yeah. I'm dating myself.
Well,
Yeah.
you're a kid. All that Miss
What,
stuff.
did Trump own that
19.
thing then? Was that his?
No, actually, he Madison Square Garden the following year he took over. Yeah.
Four.
Where
That's why I moved to Los Angeles, and actually when he took over, the girls now go to New York and they stay in the Trump Towers. And yeah, pretty cool.
Brandy. Drew was a judge on one of those. One
You
year.
were? Oh, I love to watch them, and I like judge them at home. I would love to be a judge. They're fun.
You let me. Your name Shayna. Does everyone call you Shanna?
They all call me Shanna, Shauna, Sheena, and sometimes Gina.
Is it always been Shayna?
Shayna, yeah, my whole life. But they say like Shayna Pudum or Shayna Madel, but
Why the two N's?
I don't know. My mom and
Screws us
my
up.
mom and my dad did it.
How do you spell the name Shanna?
The same way you spell Shayna. That's
Yeah.
what's confusing.
All right, you gotta put like an umlaut
One of those
over
little
your,
things
over your-
over the
You gotta
top,
make up your own
right?
sign, Ma. You
Yeah.
gotta,
Yeah,
like,
little thing over the.
Yeah, just
A.
you put that dash over the A. That'll work. Is what? Drew, what do you want?
I'm just thinking put her on hold before you hang up on her.
Brandy. Brandy, you're 24.
Mhm.
You hate masturbating?
Well,
Ooh.
it's not the fact that I hate it. It's just the fact that it just doesn't do anything.
Okay,
for
well,
me.
Shayna needs to talk to you about this. Clearly, she has some feelings about this.
Yeah.
She recoiled. She bristled. She,
Yeah. Maybe she can turn you out like she did with Travis and Oral.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Spin
thinking.
you around. Hey, guess what? I don't like Oral either. What do you say? Drew, you're not a fan of it either.
Are you-
I'll,
Now you mention
I'll
it.
turn you. All right. Engineer Chris, you're not a big fan of the Oral either,
No,
everybody? All right. Well, I got three guys.
Right on.
Travis is here tonight. Shayna is here tonight. Meet the Barkers, MTV, 10 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Same time Dr. Drew shows on, everybody.
Good times.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
See, flipped it over.
Thank you.
Flipped it over.
Yeah.
Notice
that's
that?
awesome.
Yeah.
I respect you.
go work on LoveLine, right?
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew, Travis, and Shanna. Don't call me Shanna Barker.
It's okay. No, it doesn't bother me.
I love that.
Shayna
love
Lane
that.
Barker.
I love that. People don't care that much about their names. It really could have been Shanna. Your parents could have been thinking Shanna.
I was actually, my parents were actually, my mother's Portuguese, my dad's Irish, and I was, they thought I was a boy and I was going to be Shane. And because I was a girl, they just said Shane, no.
This could be,
So a lot of people think it's, they think it's Yiddish or they think,
could be Gaelic for something. Who knows?
yeah.
All right. Means talk strangers into oral.
And teaches
He
them
wasn't my
Gaelic.
stranger.
I was pretty
my,
much a stranger.
No.
he
Like
was
from
my-
the time
he was
she met me,
my-
she was
my
trying to do that.
boyfriend. Oh, shut up. You are
see,
so bad.
Travis, it's smart to just announce, listen, I'm just not into that sort of thing. Sorry to disappoint. Because women, here's the thing about women.
No, but I like it now. Let it be known to the world. I love it now.
Noted.
He's obsessed with
Noted.
it now.
It's crazy.
Point is about...
I think as you get older, stuff changes though too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
I turned into a freak, after the age of like 25. Like,
Yeah.
went elsewhere,
For me and Drew now, just powder comes out. Just a big poof of powder.
I saw a ghost come out of Adam once.
Yeah, well, that was my fifth one. There wasn't anything left. It was my soul. It was a ghost of Whacker's past. Yeah, took me back. Made me see how the future was going to be without masturbation.
Yeah, without it, you were doing the same thing.
40 years ahead. Yeah, the ghost of Christmas past just took me back, and every scene I was just beating off.
40 years ago, 4 years ahead, same.
Yeah, no need to do this anymore. All right, where were we? Brandy? Yeah, Meet the Barkers, 10 o'clock, Wednesday nights. I give it my seal of approval,
2
by
thumbs
the way.
up.
2 thumbs up.
Oh, good.
I enjoyed it. I'm really starting to think that if you took a interesting looking couple and who had interesting lives, and I don't mean interesting in like in a bad way, I just mean you took a good looking couple who had a cool life and you mixed in a little stress and a little vomiting and you captured it with a camera, I would watch it.
How many weeks did you film for him?
They actually filmed this for a year.
Hey.
Yeah,
It kind of happened
there's
weird,
a lot
though.
when did you stop?
being covered.
Like in the beginning.
January?
Yeah, in the beginning it wasn't even like, we were just like, yeah, we'll let you film some stuff. A friend that does Diary and all those shows came to me and he goes, yo, that footage from Launch, which was like the making of the last Blink record, of you and your wife and your newborn son was amazing, I think there's something there. And then this one was like, honey, I think it'd be awesome, blah, blah, blah.
I just thought it'd be something fun for us to do together because he's away a lot,
I woke up, I said, yeah, one day. And then they filmed like everything for a year and they've had like 10 or 12 episodes done like 6 months ago.
There's a lot of our lives on tape, but it's really
Yeah.
cool too. It's really nice to see the footage they have us getting our marriage license, which is kind of
like we have our son's first steps, like us getting our marriage license, like us on our honeymoon. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
He was scared he was going to miss his son's first steps while he was away on tour.
Because I would leave and I would
Right.
come back 2 months later and Landon would look at me. He had no idea who I was. That was hard on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah. Maybe it was all the crazy tats and piercings.
Yeah, maybe it was the
and
new
stuff.
tattoos.
Yeah.
But then after a day, he remembered me.
And how did you, didn't you break your ankle or you have your foot in a cast?
Yeah, I was in Australia and I remember I called her and I go, yo, Ma, I think I twisted my foot. Like, whatever. I'm just at the doctor's. I'm going to see what's happening. They're
It's
like,
a long, hard year
they're
with
like,
that ankle.
you somehow broke, 12 bones in your foot.
It's called a
you broke,
Liz Frank fracture.
Yeah, every tendon, every ligament. It's called a Liz Frank fracture.
They
where
only
your
see it in
bones-
motorcycle and football injuries.
Yeah, your bones, your ligaments, and your tendons break simultaneously. So that happened one morning, running to the bus, like showing off, carrying a bunch of bags, like, and I tripped. And then that
2
night,
surgeries later.
I had like laughing gas. I had a bunch of painkillers, and I played a show that other night with my other foot, and then
It worked?
just continued. Yeah, it worked.
But he didn't want to go to surgery. It was really hard to get him there.
It was hard for me because they go, yo, this isn't a normal fracture. I saw 5 specialists, and they all go, I only see like one of these a year. And it's some dude who, got pounced on a motorcycle or, something really awful, like a football player.
Yeah.
So it
something
didn't,
manly.
there wasn't a lot of hope in the beginning, I was kind of freaking out.
Did you have to use like that Def Leppard drum kit or something?
No, what I did is I set up a double bass pedal and I just minus the right pedal. So it was just my left foot and I'd go back and forth between my hi-hat
He
and my...
did the whole tour with his other foot. It
Yeah,
was
so
really
I toured
cool.
like 6-7 months like that. It was good though, man. It was mentally, I couldn't sit home and just go, I can't do it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be good for me.
And
So
what'd you do? Did you hit a pothole when you were running or you just turn your ankle?
Yeah, it was like, those
like broken
sidewalks that are
cement.
like
Right.
broken or whatever, like
Right.
crooked. Yeah.
Right? You just whack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, like literally steps before the bus too. And I was in the bus and I was like, yo, you guys, I felt hard. And they're like, just walk it off.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through the entire airport with my backpack and my bags.
God.
Yeah.
And then it just starts swelling and I can't even move. And then
Yeah.
In the hospital, I wish we had the cameras. In the hospital, when he came out of surgery, he was screaming like it's a conspiracy on my foot.
they gave me
It
morphine.
was so funny.
Yeah.
I had morphine
Like
to help you, not to make
24
you
hours,
nutty.
yeah. But it made me kind of crazy, kind of loopy
He
after a
couldn't
while.
pee, you guys. He couldn't pee,
Put a
and you have
catheter in.
no idea.
She
like,
didn't tell me though. Like I knew I was going into surgery. I'd never been into that big of a surgery before. Failed to tell me she was inserting something into my penis. So I
catheter,
woke up.
Yeah.
Oh, morphine.
What do you think happens when you're on an operating table? You just peel over everything?
Well, I thought it was the doctor said it was gonna be a 15 to 20 minute surgery. It ended up being a 4-hour surgery.
Wow.
So I didn't know any of this. So I wake up, for whatever reason, I'm hard as a rock because I've got to pee so bad. I'm trying to pee and it's not working. I'm looking at Shane and I'm like, honey, what's going on?
He's like yelling at the nurse.
The nurse
like,
comes in. I'm naked. On top of it all,
We're
I'm
running
hard.
water,
I'm like,
trying
oh,
to get him
God.
to like, relax.
Wow.
I was like, get out, I'm naked. I'm trying to pee.
Where were the cameras?
I know.
It was so
But
horrible.
it was an adventure, man. But yeah, morphine's that's not good.
Oh, because you like it. True.
Yeah.
Morphine, very addictive.
Makes
yes.
them nutty. Very addictive, yes.
Yeah.
Now, some
crazy.
people, does morphine make everyone nutty?
No, it affects people differently. Some people feel horrible. I have some people start sobbing on it.
Oh,
They
really?
hate how they feel.
Is that
I
when you
hate
give
how
them
I
the
feel.
bill, or?
No, it's just before.
Okay.
And then some people feel incredibly euphoric and they're sort of
Others
out
get
of
a
it
boner
in
and
a
yell
good
at
way.
nurses?
Other people start get paranoid and start running around. And that's
He
sort
was
of Travis
like
category.
he was like up and down. He was great
Yeah.
at one moment, and then he was kind of
All right.
Lay-by.
low at others.
Brandy?
Brandy?
Hi.
All right. So we were talking about masturbation doing nothing for you.
Mhm.
And, yeah, all right. Not your thing.
But can I ask what she does? Like,
Shannon's going to help you.
Good question.
like what have you tried?
Well, I've tried. I've even talked to my girlfriends and stuff like that about the whole the clit stimulation thing and all that kind of stuff. And
You did or you didn't?
Did.
I've talked to them about it, and I tried it, and it just doesn't work. I try to touch it, and it just doesn't. It doesn't feel good. I don't like the way it feels. It just makes me squirm, and it makes me feel like, it makes me think. I don't know. It's basically the same feeling I get when I have a bladder infection. So it's just like, I don't.
Well,
it's like,
you got to
how does
kill
anybody like
yourself.
this?
How about when?
Shannon
No,
just
and-
wrote that
and-
on dry erase board and held it over her head. I'm just saying what she told me to do.
How
as a
about
woman.
when you have sex?
When I have sex, well, I don't know. It doesn't really come into contact with. Whenever I have sex with somebody, it doesn't really come into contact.
Are you
with,
able to have orgasm
lower
during
part.
sex? Are you
Usually not. No, it
Not.
is very hard. Almost every boyfriend that I've ever had, they've called me the hardest woman in the world to please.
But when you are able to, what does the guy have to do?
The only thing I found out that I get off on is the penetration. I actually have to have the penetration. Nothing else will get me to orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Have
has
you
to
used
be- it
toys
has to
though when you masturbate? Have you
do what?
have you
Yeah,
tried
I've-
toys?
I've tried toys.
Because you can
and I
masturbate
use,
not
dildo and stuff
using
like that, but-
clitoral stimulation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
but
I do.
the only thing I'll do is if I wanted to do that, I'll just take the dildo and I'll just like use it on myself, But I don't do anything with the clit just because I just don't like the way it feels.
All right, hold on a second. Randy, I'm a champion voice reader. You're 24. You sound like you're 44-year-old Vietnam nurse who chain smokes. What happened? Is your dad like an alcoholic? You had to start taking care of him when you were 5 or something? What's so hard about your life? Something's going on.
I just have a low voice.
No.
And no,
Not buying
I
it.
don't smoke. I don't do anything.
No. Where's your dad?
I'm currently actually living with my dad at the moment because
Uh-huh.
I've got a crap job and I don't have enough money to be able to move out. But
Where's your mom?
my parents got divorced when I was like 1, and she's living with her husband now, over on the other side of town. I still get to talk to her, as often as I want to.
Who
and stuff
raised
like
you?
that. Always kept me up. But
Who raised you?
I've lived with my father my whole life.
Yeah.
So
What?
until
Why?
When my I don't know. I have no idea why my dad got custody of me.
Well, it means your mom was a drug addict or something. I mean, that's...
No,
Shayna, chime in. Hold on a second. As a mother, God forbid you two ever get divorced.
Yes.
It's never going to happen. But the point is could you imagine just leaving your kids and moving across town and, letting Papa raise the kids? I mean, as a female, you have to pry kids away from their mom. And the mom that just says, I'll move across town, I'll see you when I can.
Means something.
Something's
Yeah,
screwed
there's
up.
absolutely
She's into
issues or
drugs. She
something.
has some serious mental issues. You don't just take a mom. It's like, hey, nice knowing you. Dad's a good guy. I'm sure he'll do a yeoman's type job raising you. I'll be over here if you need me. Show me a report card every once in a while.
There's your grandma.
Oh, that's true. Drew, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to pop the scab off? Just when it scabs over, you got to pop it off, and then you got to rub rock salt in my wounds. See, your little jokes hurt. They hurt. Your jokes hurt. Brandy?
Huh?
Okay. Why didn't your mom raise you?
I honestly don't know. When my parents got divorced, my dad and I moved back in with his parents, my grandparents, and basically it was the four of us in a house until I was about
She had
7.
a grandmother that probably was the mom figure.
All right.
I don't get heavy trauma from that. I really
not
don't.
heavy trauma, just heavy early responsibility.
Yeah,
or something.
I do get nursing type
What
vibe.
Are you a nurse?
No, I'm just a cashier at the moment.
What's at the hospital? Like when people decide they're going down a certain path, they just keep going.
No, I'm for the time being, I'm just a cashier at a grocery store.
And your dad, what's he do?
He's a teacher.
And he didn't drink.
All right, here's the deal, Brandy. It's fine that you have trouble masturbating that way. Lots of women have. Every woman is different with this material. Some women need to, correct me if I'm wrong, Shanna, but when you're starting out, you need to sort of figure out how to create a emotional or experiential environment where these things sort of work.
Absolutely.
And you can't just look at a picture and get. Most women, some can, but most can't just look at a picture and get aroused, like a man can. And left there aroused, it is uncomfortable to have clitoral stimulation. So you have to sort of get that sort of arousal mechanism going.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, when you do it, do you do something sexy,
You
like
light
run a
candles,
bath, like
run a bath.
candles,
By the way,
kind of
to a guy
get some
living at her dad's
toys,
house.
relax.
We all hear what Charlie Brown's
we don't
teacher.
need
Wow,
any
wow,
of
wow, wow, wow.
No. She's living back at home, so it ain't gonna work because Dad's moping around the house. Hey,
Well, I've even tried, doing the whole phone sex thing, and they talked me into trying it, but
With who?
even that doesn't work. I just don't know.
hold on, who you having phone sex with?
Oh, it was just one of my friends that. It was like, I think it was an ex-boyfriend or something. It was a few years ago. I don't really remember.
You don't know who you're talking to.
You have no idea.
Just
But did she ever have anyone that she could
Culligan
talk
man.
to, like, openly about that,
All right, hold on.
Well,
I'm done
okay,
with Brandy.
well, it was-
Hey, Brandy,
okay, how about
Brandy,
this?
I'm done with you. With your BS answer. You don't know who you're having phone sex
Well,
with.
she maybe doesn't
Well,
want
it was a guy that I was talking to on the internet, and he called, and I gave him my phone number.
Okay.
to. Uh-oh.
Brandy, you need yourself a boyfriend. You need a relationship. You need to get a job better in cashiering, and
Work
you need to
stuff
move out
out.
of the house. You need to move forward and
Yeah.
stop focusing on your clit. Let me handle your clit. All right? You focus on your job. I'll focus on your clitoris. We'll get right along.
Well,
All right, it's enough. And let me tell you something about women.
Tell us something about women.
They come
love
in
giving you oral.
all different shapes and sizes. They're all different. I've been with women who couldn't have an orgasm with intercourse, and I've
And?
been with women who couldn't have an orgasm with intercourse. I've been with women who couldn't have an orgasm with oral, and I've been with other women who couldn't have an orgasm with oral.
And occasionally those are good.
And
Very, very occasionally.
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
not really. That's my gamut. Once in a while, I've been with a woman who couldn't have an orgasm with oral and then couldn't have an orgasm with intercourse, and then I've been with other women who couldn't have an orgasm with intercourse and couldn't have an orgasm with oral.
So where do you fit
So
in there?
I'm all, I'm saying they range.
It's a spectrum.
They range
it's
from
a
A
horn of plenty.
to B and everything in between with me.
Cornucopia of Corolla,
That's right. All right.
but no orgasm.
All right. And Brandy.
Brandy's fine.
Brandy's fine.
I find it interesting that I had a completely neutral to positive response
Not
to her,
me.
and you had a completely negative, hostile reaction.
Well, here's what it is. They're sort of old souls.
No, I get that.
And she was put upon early.
I
She
get
was
that,
just-
but she
you know what's
wasn't. She
interesting?
wasn't dumping that on you, though. She didn't dump it on me anyway.
Listen, I don't.
Most people dump that, when they got that stuff.
I'm not a septic tank, Drew. I don't get dumped upon.
Oh, but I do.
I'm a tank. I collect things.
I'm a
Yes.
toilet bowl.
No, you're a porta potty.
Yeah.
I'm one of those metal detectors you see the old guy with on the beach.
Oh,
I'm
you
out
collect.
I'm
I
out
look
combing
at-
for
yeah,
stuff.
Got it.
No, it was funny that she was raised by her grandparents.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yes,
because I
that's
got
who
the
raised her.
old
Yes, the old vibe.
she's 24, I got the old vibe. She's
Yes.
raised by 6-year-olds.
That's right. That's
All right,
interesting.
let's take ourselves a little break. See, I am a genius. I tell you, I've been with all kinds of women.
Some that have no orgasm.
Some can have orgasm with it, and others
no orgasm with direct stimulation, no
And-
orgasm with oral sex,
all over the place.
and some with no orgasm, oral sex, no orgasm with intercourse.
Or direct stimulation of clitoris. So I've been in with them all.
That's look like a man.
Yeah, we'll take ourselves a little break. Barker's here tonight, Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock, MTV. Be right back after this.
Thank you for calling LoveLine. Your call will be answered in the order it seems interesting.
Call LoveLine. Call 1-800-LOVE-191.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Who's in tomorrow? Nobody's in tomorrow. Thank Christ.
I'll be in Chicago tomorrow.
Oh, really? Yeah, good riddance. Shayna's here tonight. Travis here tonight for Meet the Barkers, MTV, 10 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Very enjoyable show. I watched this show and I watched that dangerous cargo show, the crab fishing show.
Oh.
Arctic ice crab
Those guys
fishing.
make like $20,000 a week, right?
Well, everybody does that thing where they could make $100,000 in a week or whatever, but it's sort of between like 20 and 100, depending on how much crab
but
you
what
catch.
What do they?
They catch
how do they
crab.
catch them? How do they
King
get them?
crab.
Yeah, how do they get them?
They tie bologna to a string and throw it up. What do you mean how they get it? They put a
They
crab
have
cage down
huge
there.
Nets, or they have cages.
They have cages, crab pods,
and they cruise into the.
They put them on the ground.
And they have to collect hundreds of cages that they go around doing?
Well, they're their cages.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out what's so dangerous and so dramatic about it.
Here's how you go crabbing, gentlemen. You take these cages. They're size of, like 5 foot by 8 foot, and they're about 2 foot high. They're just big cages, hold like 50 king crabs, And
they 50 will climb in there?
Yeah. You know what's got to suck for the king crabs? The female king crabs are king crabs too. They should be queen crabs.
They should be, yeah.
Yeah, it'd suck if you were a chick crab and they're calling you king crab,
That's unfair.
Plus, king crab just sounds like you're in a bad mood all the time. Hey, look who's here, king crab. Welcome to work. Got any complaints?
Mr. Krabby.
Mr. Krabby. Point is, they put these things out and they chum them. They fill them with like fish guts, and they just put them on the floor of Alaska. It's a sea floor.
Deep?
They don't get into how deep. It's probably a couple 100 feet. Water, rough, horrible. Yeah. And then the crabs crawl in, and they just get locked in there, and then they hoist them up.
Are they near a shore, or they're way out?
They're kind of out. They're out at sea. It's real perfect storm crab.
How do they locate?
People die every year.
But why is it there? I mean, what?
Why is it there?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't know how they find the crabs.
Right.
They just lower them on the seafloor, and during this one particular season, that's when they're running, and they find the cages.
Interesting.
Yeah. And, they always do that thing where they go, my grandfather was a crabber, my father was a crabber, his father before that was a crabber, and his father. I just always want them to say one guy took off. Like they go, my father was a crabber, his father was a crabber, then there was Larry the orthodontist, but then his dad crabbed, and then his father before. This was only one guy. Yeah, he was a dermatologist. And then everyone else, crabbers. You never hear about that one guy who didn't make it. I'd like to be that one guy, Drew.
I have no doubt.
Could you help me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a little late. Whoop, wrong call.
I pushed the wrong one? No. Let me say this as long as I'm just talking about nothing today.
Yeah.
When I realized today when I was doing that Bernie Mac show, I realized when you've arrived, when you're successful.
Yeah, what is that?
Celebrity business.
You're watching Bernie Mac?
I know, not me. I
wasn't
counting myself.
I knew it wasn't you.
I'm just saying, as a male, dig this.
Self-esteem is way too low for that.
Travis, focus, baby. Listen to me now.
You're not talking about crabs no more.
I'm not talking about crabs anymore. Tuned right out with the crab talk.
Bringing a great picture there, right?
He's drawing a drum kit.
We're like drawing like happy faces. She draws something, I draw something.
All right, focus over here, AD.
Yeah, I'm here.
Here's how you know you've arrived, and we should all hope that we get to this place one day in business. When you're wearing a tie, a dress shirt, and you pull a shirt or a jersey over it and have to wear that for a minute. Like, that means you own a team. That means you were drafted.
Oh, yeah,
that
nice.
means you're part of a huge,
Yes.
construction project. When you're wearing a tie and a dress shirt and you have to pull another T-shirt over it.
Anything
huge
over it.
charity organization,
Anything
whatever
with
it
a
is.
logo on it, you have to pull over your tie.
You now own a sports franchise or something. I'm just saying unsuccessful people never pull a shirt over their
They don't need their
shirt and
picture
tie.
taken with somebody's
That's
logo
right.
on
That's
them.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if you're super sick, I bet like Arnold Schwarzenegger's done it like 175 times.
I bet you're right.
Drew, have you ever done that?
Never.
See, you haven't arrived.
That's my point.
Travis?
No.
Shayna?
Cool.
No.
Yeah, that's how you know. And if it's a jersey or something, you've really arrived. That means
Well,
you either
for male, you're just
you own the team or you got drafted first or whatever it is. But putting that tie on, that dress shirt, and then have someone pulling the T-shirt, it's up there with somebody putting a hat on you.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
very
put it
similar.
on yourself. They got to put it on
Yeah,
while
similar.
you're being interviewed.
And the hat's got to have a logo.
Drew, put my hat on while I'm talking, and this would be like. It's like
This is how they do it.
I
too.
just
They go-
want to thank God. Nobody in the room thought we could do it. Only the guys in the locker room.
Make a big deal.
I want to thank Pepsi and my sponsors for standing behind me. Yeah, if somebody puts a hat on you while you're doing an interview, again, you've arrived.
But you notice how they have to screw it on. They're not just slopping it on there.
I'm just saying, I want to come to a point in life where I'm wearing a T-shirt
Yeah, I
over
hear
a tie and dress shirt, and somebody puts a hat on
I
me
hear
while
you.
I'm being
I hear you.
interviewed.
Yes.
I'm
I'll
so
let you know
going to
when
do
that
that to you
happens.
one day.
Yes.
Yeah, but you
We'll
see,
look for
you can't stage it. That's the problem. You know what I mean? That's like making your own American Idol show in your den or something.
Doesn't
You
matter.
have to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You have to do it.
And what about buying your own Hollywood star on Hollywood
Yeah, see,
Boulevard?
that is no
Is that
good.
weird,
That's
you guys?
cheap.
Yeah, that is. Oh, are you
That's
talking about
weird. Yeah.
Seacrest? Yeah, they say
It'd be cool if
they
it was
say
given
can buy
to you.
one. Well,
Did he do that? He got his own, or
Yeah,
was given?
he bought it.
Well, I
Oh,
don't.
that's weird.
Now, I don't know if he bought it, but it does. It does.
Usually
cost
it's
something.
usually a not-for-profit that raises the money on your
Yeah.
behalf to do it, I thought.
But it is weird, isn't
It's
it?
weird.
Well, maybe don't you have to have a bunch of people supporting it being done, a certain number of
Well, Drew, let me
signatures?
ask you this: how do you feel? You've been helping people on the radio for 20 years. You got nothing.
Yeah.
Rick Dees has been doing Heine wine jokes on the air for years, and he has a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Put the hat on me. We're
it
going
makes
to
me
break.
not want
We're
the
going to break.
star.
Put the hat on. All right, the Barkers are here. All right, easy. The Barkers are here tonight from Meet the Barkers, Wednesday nights, MTV. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline. 1-877.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Finished it.
I'll take it.
Some very odd questions,
Yes.
my friend.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to tell me what the results were.
Three,
You are a weirdo.
1, go.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. That's Travis doing a little drumming on the console.
Mm-hmm.
And Shayna's also
That's
here
my
as well
show.
as Beautiful Bride. And they are in a little show called Meet the Barkers Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock on MTV. Drew, how I get angry that I have to do all the talking?
Yeah.
It always compounds it when you lean back and yawn while I'm talking.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Takes a big man to apologize.
No, I could see how that would bother you.
Really?
Yes.
Are you being patronizing there?
No, I'm actually didn't.
Talking
I didn't,
down
I
to
didn't,
me?
I always
You
thought you
talking
kind of
down to me?
No, sir. No, sir.
Huh?
I actually thought you wanted to be kind of out of the way.
I would
I
like
thought
you
you'd
to
like
believe,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that big lion napping in the Serengeti yawn Drew likes to pull off in the middle of my
Oh, you're making
scintillating
me think of
conversation. There you go.
You know,
It's
your
got a nice
voice
yawn.
triggered that. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, there it comes.
All right, we ready to rock?
Let's do.
We're going to talk to Tanya.
Reset.
We're gonna
Travis.
reset.
Shayna.
Yeah.
Meet the Barkers.
Oh, look.
10 o'clock.
The call fell
Oh,
off. Let's
we
talk
know.
to Jessica.
All right.
And then we'll talk to Brian, who's got a question for Travis. Jessica,
Yes.
what's up?
Okay, so I had sex with this guy for the first time last week, and his rhythm was really, really horrible, and I want to know if there's, anything I can do to, fix it, train him or something.
Wow, her voice sounded really familiar.
Yes, the really. Remember
the horrible part? Yeah.
Yeah, we had a person a person that said something like that.
Yeah, they're all patients.
I know.
Just call them what they are. Yeah.
It's really. I'm really
horny.
Horny.
Was that it?
Can you play that drop, Anderson?
I'm really horny.
That one. Yeah.
Play it again, just for kicks.
I'm really horny.
One more time for Daddy.
I'm really horny. Okay.
I love that one too. Oh, show's so much better on tape. All right, so
Jessica,
Miss
Swan from last night, by the way. You've got to have some. Oh yeah.
Have you called the show before, Jessica?
No, this is my first time calling the show.
All right. So you're 18.
Yeah, I'm 18.
And the guy was how old?
This guy was 35.
35.
Who are all the people laughing in the background?
That's my friend who's listening to the radio.
It seems like a non-question thing. That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, he had no rhythm in bed.
What does that mean?
He's got a tumor. He had a seizure. What do you mean?
Well,
what do you want us to do?
That's a good question. There are a lot of guys, that don't.
It's not a question though. Like, what are we supposed? You can't answer.
Well, you can't. You can't train a guy. He either has it or he doesn't.
Well, you train Travis to receive oral.
Well, he's a drummer. He naturally has rhythm.
No,
you hear that, Adam? You hear that?
No, I know that, but you train him to receive oral.
No, but there's some people that you like. I've obviously been with people in my lifetime, and there's some people you're just not compatible with. Like they just don't have rhythm, and you need to move on unless you're madly in love with them.
That's what Drew and I thought, but we pushed through.
She's 18. I would just keep on. I'd move on.
Yeah.
Jessica,
shake him.
Yeah, I could totally move on. Like, I'm totally not attached to him at all, but he is really hot.
Oh, he is?
No, this is BS.
Yeah.
Maybe you could grab him and kind of like maybe help him with his rhythm next time. And then if he still can't do it, then you should probably shake him.
Not a real question.
You don't believe
We
it?
deem this bogus.
Where'd you meet the guy?
I met the guy at a goth club.
What was he doing?
A goth club.
A goth
Well, that's why those people
a
can't
golfer
dance. They
or
dance
a-
all crazy.
Yeah.
35-year-old at a goth club?
Yeah.
Was he a waiter there?
What was he doing? Chaperoning? What was he doing?
She's saying a golf club or a goth?
She said she started, it sounded like golf, and then it went to goth.
Well, I met, he was just dancing and I was dancing too. He was a good dancer and I was like,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. It is amazing. All right, we don't care, but it is amazing how close in sound goth and golf are and how far apart they are in terms of the...
If you're in a golf club or a goth club, it's real extremes. Huh?
Totally different.
Push and pull.
Totally different dude.
Push and pull.
Yeah, it's like me with the ladies. I've been with ladies that don't have an orgasm through intercourse, and I've been with others that don't have an orgasm through intercourse.
Totally opposite.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm all over them. Been all over. I've seen this world, boy.
Cool.
I've been with them all. All right. Oh yeah. Question for Travis. I think it's a drumming question. The thing I like about Travis is he likes his he likes his instrument. He
love
likes
it.
drumming.
Love it.
And we get a lot of band guys in here. Maybe
Don't seem that interested in not
they
just
don't seem that interested in their music per
Not
se,
the music,
not
but
really
their instrument
the instruments.
particular,
They're not. Yeah, they're interested in. And I'm not just
Song.
saying they're all about making money
Yeah.
and banging chicks on the road, but they're
Well,
sort of.
they are, but besides
well, that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I sound like I wasn't saying that?
Yeah.
But they're interested in like when the next CD's coming out, but you never hear them talking about their instrument. And the thing that's funny is Dr. Bruce, who fills in for Drew every once in a while, is a guitar nut, and he tries to talk to lead guitar players about their Strats and their Fenders, and they're like, yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
But Travis
is into the instrument.
He likes his instrument.
Well, here's a question about it.
All right. Did I punch him out?
No.
Brian?
Yeah?
14. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Before I start, Vika, you, my parents, and all those public service announcements make me never want to live in Los Angeles ever.
Thank you. From San Jose? Good. Yeah. They call me the Vicar of Christ, by the way.
Oh, the vicar.
Yes.
You're not the vicar anymore. We have a vicar.
Well, they installed this poser puppet over there at the
So-called
Vatican.
pope.
So-called pope. It's not my pope. I'm my pope.
No, you're the vicar.
I'm the Vicar of Christ. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, I got a poster with my symbols, and it says that Travis is using 18-inch and 19-inch Z customs and a couple other A customs. But I checked the Zildjian website, and it says using like a bunch of more A customs and no more Z customs. So I just want to know, like, what's your symbol set up now?
Well, it just changed. Like lately I've been playing with the DJ all the time, so I'm using like little small Ks, like thin symbols. But Live, I tend to use Z's just because I break so many cymbals. But in the studio, I always use A's.
What do they sound like when they break? They just get cracked and they stop sounding right?
Yeah, they're like not even half as loud, and they sound like that's like a sizzle, like an old jazz cymbal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But A's sound really, really great, but if you play really, really hard, they will break like every show, you know, depending on how hard you hit.
What's the difference?
They're thinner, like just basically a thinner cymbal, where Z's are really, really thick, and they really like project, and they're really, really loud.
Same tone.
The only way to break Z Customs is A, play them with a sledgehammer, or B, drop them from a 3-story building.
It's true.
Where is Zildjian? Is that Indian? Is that an Indian?
Zildjian?
Yeah. Who?
It's Turkish. It's one of the oldest companies in the world. Like,
yeah,
like
probably
1814 or something.
We have
They're
a
like,
signed one from
from
owner
Armin
in the
Zildjian right before he
office.
passed away. Like,
Oh, really? Was he
amazing,
the
yeah.
son of?
Yeah, the son of the great.
Let me tell you something about the Zildjians. Armin made cymbals, and his father, and then his father, but then the other guy was a podiatrist.
A falafel store owner.
He ran a falafel store, but then he went back to the cymbal playing. Yeah. And Zildjian just makes the cymbals?
They actually they make
Sticks.
like my stick bags, my cymbal bags, my sticks. They make they used to make Noble and Cooley snare drums out of brass.
They're
like,
still considered making the best cymbals, though, right?
Yeah, they're like the biggest by far. Like Zildjian's here, and the next their competitors here.
Are they all made in Turkey, or they farm them out to Mexico?
Yes, they're all made there, and then they come here, and then they have a factory in Detroit actually.
No, really.
There you go.
So
yeah,
but yeah, they're a good family of people over there.
Drew, how come here in California we never seem to get anyone's factories? You know what I mean? Like
because this is an effed up state when it comes to businesses.
Thank
because we
you.
have huge taxes and regulation.
I know, because it was
and
just like
OSHA.
BMW's looking to build their Z3 Roadster. They're going to North Carolina.
They would never come to California.
Nothing
Why
ever
would
comes
they?
here.
Why?
You know what they do
What's
here,
in it for
though?
them?
What do they do
A
here?
lot of like high fashion stuff now is all made in LA, and they make really small minimums, and they sell them for super high price. But it's all done domestic. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I
that's
wanna-
about it though.
I want to tour a car factory, not see a bunch of Guatemalan chicks hunched
We
over
don't.
a sewing
It's like
machine.
it's like we don't have industry.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, we
nothing.
don't.
Yeah, it's not home of. You know what I want? I
Yeah.
want something like John Deere tractors is out of this place, and Caterpillar, the big factories, the big. I want to take a tour of a big factory.
Look at like Flint, Michigan now.
That's what I want.
Like-
I want to take a tour of a car factory.
We had aerospace.
Nah, I know, but I didn't get to tour any of those factories.
Even though your stepdad worked there. But
You know the only factory I got to tour?
Helms Bakery.
No. Laurie's seasoning plant.
Oh,
And,
I love Laurie's seasoning, though. I put that on everything.
it's life in the fast lane.
I
You could
do, I
only
love it.
the mind reels when you imagine how those spices were crushed into powder. It is
Fascinating.
amazing. And when you walk away with that mini packet of taco seasoning, you're on cloud 9, my friend.
This
But what
is
about we have like Budweiser
amazing.
here, right?
We do have
Budweiser.
we do have a Budweiser
Couple
factory.
beer-
Isn't
Isn't there
beer
Miller?
plants?
Miller.
Yeah.
We got there's a couple of beer places. I want to make something though. I want to take one of those things where they make cars or make machinery or farming equipment or something. That's what I want. I want to see some farm equipment.
Oh.
Drew, open a factory, would you
All right,
please?
let's go.
All right. And you know what? Make a whole bunch of stuff that only I'm interested in.
Cars,
Vibrators.
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 Yeah. I did tour a factory. Where they do the vibrators.
Oh,
They
yeah?
do they do all these poor women. There's all these like just chicks from Honduras who are sewing fake pubes onto nut sacks. And they're just coming right down the assembly line. It is horrible. I'll tell you something. Normal factory jobs suck when something's coming down a conveyor belt, but if a hairdryer is coming down a conveyor belt and you have to put the heat shroud on 5 million of them a day, that job sucks. When it's Ron Jeremy's joint coming down the thing, now you got sucks and humiliated. You know what I mean?
And you can't talk about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. You just have to be an open pig about it. You just have to go.
Yeah, but you're
yeah.
a
What do you
Guatemalan
do?
female.
Yeah. What do you work? Where do you work? Yeah, the factory. Well, what are you guys building over there? Don't worry about it.
some stuff.
Yeah, I'm in charge of quality control.
Some latex products with.
I make sure the urethra goes at least a quarter inch into Ron's penis. If it's no deeper, I'll have to auger it out with an awl. Okay. All right. And I sniff. You know what I would do? If I owned that factory, I'd hire one person just to sniff everything that came down the line.
Nice.
Just because I was cruel. It'd be worth the $9 an hour to me. Yeah. Started that factory, Drew. Manny?
Yo.
28?
Hey, how's it going there, Adam?
Good.
Good. Hey, I'm just got a question to Dr. Drew about my wife here. She's been breastfeeding. We've about a year now. Our daughter's about a year old, and she lost. I guess I would say sex drive. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know. It's just I say within the year. We've probably only had sex about five times.
Yes, women often lose their sex drive for the year after delivery, whether or not they are breastfeeding, but especially when they are breastfeeding.
Especially.
Okay.
Yeah. And has she been depressed? Oh, you're going to make sure your wife doesn't get pregnant now?
Yeah.
No idea. We're happy,
Okay, she's okay, but she needs to talk to her doctor about this. There actually are ways to kind of get things going again.
Okay. I think maybe she's on a birth control, I guess. Does that
Well, that can shut
affect
things
her
down or kickstart things. So if she is still shut down now in spite of the birth control, she had to go back to her doctor and talk about this. What birth control is she on?
It's the one that they give her a shot, I guess.
Okay, that app, Manny, that's the worst one for sex drive for many women.
Right.
That'll shut them down. So you really need to talk.
It's bad.
Yeah, that's a common side effect of that shot. So you talk to her doctor about getting her back on a pill or the patch, maybe.
I mean, what would be the best? Just get it, just like
Well,
regular birth control pill.
Yeah, the triphasic pill sometimes for some women it's a little better in terms of restoring sex drive after pregnancy. Okay.
All right, Manny.
All right.
Good luck.
Good.
Good
All right,
question.
Travis, I'm a big fan of Travis.
Hey, thank you, man. Good luck with
right,
yourself,
take it
Manny.
easy, all right? Mahalo.
Mahalo. I like a guy named Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny's are always nice
Manny's
guys.
a good guy. You don't want him representing you in court. 'Cause he's showing up in a tank top, but he's got a beer. But he's a good guy to hang with. Manny will help you out. Hey,
Yeah.
Manny, I got dropped the tranny on the El Camino on Saturday. Can you come by? All right. You know what I mean? He's a good man. Everyone should know Manny.
A place called Manny's Pizza in Pasadena.
Not the
I had
same.
a Manny
No.
as a nanny.
Really?
Manny the nanny.
Manny.
Wow.
What was her name? Manny and
Mercedes and Manny.
Mercedes and
Oh, is it-
Manuel.
They were husband and wife.
Oh.
They were a team.
Yep.
Yeah, Mercedes is a crazy Latin name. Yeah, ironic. I mean, not from
It's
Germany.
like a stage name or something, like for a stripper. It's
But
weird.
Manny's make
driving a
great
Tercel,
nannies.
but it's got the Mercedes. Now, see, when you name Mercedes, and there's a Porsche name too, you got to have a nice ride when you name Porsche or Mercedes.
Yeah.
And you normally
But
don't.
it can't be a Porsche.
It could.
Okay, all right.
It could. All right. Where were we?
We hear a song, yeah?
Oh, we're going to hear a song?
Yeah.
Where are we hearing a song from?
It's a band called The Nervous Return. They're on my record label. They're from L.A. They're amazing.
Oh, really?
Which
yes,
song?
sir. It's called Drama Head.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
really good.
You queued up? Well, you have to say that.
No,
Good
I really do
music.
like it.
All right. This is, what? Where is it?
The Nervous Return.
Drama Head.
Nervous Return. And a little song called Drama Head.
Got the diagnosis, you know, the molecular doctor emergency pills. And it comes as no surprise, a psychiatric demise. The water level is high, beginner swimmer. Catastrophic trauma, cause some mental disorder. Understand it's just an act for the crowd. A sucker for depression, love the sleeping, no kids will feel at home whenever he is around. Faces falling off the bed. Love to be depressed and melt away. A drama head, 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 a drama head. You're such a drag. It's such a thrill to be here. Improving every day. Suicidal. And everything is alright. I'm glad to just be alive. I wanna die. Think about the ones you love to hurt.
Domino's pizza? Have you heard? Do you know? You know what I'm saying? It's
I
cool.
understand. It's nice.
Hey, it's cool. Hey, everybody. Yeah. LoveLine. That's what I'm talking about. A little something called the Nervous Return. Is it the Nervous Return or is it Nervous Return?
It's the Nervous Return.
Yeah, and that's a band that's on your label.
Yes, sir.
Well, we hope they get big enough to one day be on this show.
Hey, thank you. I hope they do too.
We will get back to the phones and speak to
Tanya. Yeah.
Tanya?
Yeah.
Tanya?
Yep.
21?
Yep.
What's up?
I cannot have an orgasm during intercourse.
That's most women, especially at your age, 21. That's,
well,
an Adam
now
series.
hold on. I've been with women
Yes.
who can't have an orgasm with intercourse. On the other hand, I've been with women who can't have an orgasm with intercourse. So I've been with all kinds of women.
Very common, Tanya.
It really sucks, and it's really frustrating for my boyfriend. And I mean, we've tried everything, and it's not just him. I've never been able to, but I can masturbate and do it.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that when he's doing his thing?
Doesn't
work. It doesn't work that way. Like I don't know.
That's
it's
the way.
Only like if I do it. Or,
by the way,
or
that's part of Adam's series too. Women that try to masturbate and don't have an orgasm during intercourse.
They actually have these cool little like vibrator bullet things that you can put on your finger.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really tiny, and you can use it when you have intercourse.
And it goes right above your boyfriend/husband's penis.
Oh, two guys in your
and your old man can feel good at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
But a lot of women just cannot do this during intercourse. It's almost like having something inside is inhibitory, and you can have it with oral sex though, Tanya, right?
But it takes really, really long time.
That will get better with time. As you get older, that will get better.
Here's where I decided that women were just sort of orgasmic troublemakers. Because, like, I can totally get off with my vibrator. All right, put the vibrator on when your boyfriend's No. It's like me saying, I love crushed walnuts. I love ice cream, but don't put them on the ice cream.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's better. Any guy just, like, look. You like pizza, you like pepperoni, you like a pepperoni pizza.
How dare you? No, can't handle that.
That's how women are. The hell is that? You like you got all the ingredients.
There is a woman
there.
here. Why don't we ask her?
Yeah, but she's not that way.
I know. And
she's
by the way,
angel.
the women that are not that way,
straight from heaven,
think the other ones are either lying or just haven't figured it out yet or met the right guy, when in fact they're just wired differently.
No, I was that way when I was younger. But as I think when you get into more intimate, deeper relationships and you actually take the time to get to know each other's bodies and your own body, then it becomes much more easier. And I think it takes a lot of the relaxation.
You got to understand how profoundly different that is than the male.
Yes.
Even the idea of that is confusing to a male.
Yeah.
It's like you need time and what?
Yeah, but maybe if her old man cares about pleasing her, maybe like they can really get in touch with what really gets her off or what really excites her, you know?
I don't know
if they haven't gone there. If it's, you know what I mean? Maybe they're not like that close yet or something.
I
you know
agree,
what I mean?
and a lot of women, I think, obviously guys don't need this, but women especially, they need to find a guy and they need to dial him in.
Yeah.
And a lot of women just sort of sit back and take a passive role and say, hey, he doesn't do it for me, and I've been with him for 3 years.
But it's like they're not,
you have to train him.
But
I know they don't know to do it.
Hey, that's what I found with blowjobs. I found something that I liked that she did.
But there's no...
And I told her about it, and then it gets better. You know what I mean?
There's no drive, no motivation to do it.
I want to strangle Travis
I know,
right now.
too.
Didn't like BJ's, but he came around. What a big man. Not playing his drums, getting a BJ. What a life. Looking at Maybachs, kicking tires. Yeah, can't fit the drum kit in the Lamborghini. I guess I could get a BJ in this car. Well, I'm not a big fan. Let's keep going. All right. Meet the Barkers, everybody. It is Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock. We will take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back with Chandra. Feels like boyfriend's penis is hitting her in the back of the vagina, bottoming out. You know what that's like? You know what that's like for a guy?
No, do you know what that's
You're
like
bummed.
for a woman?
We do that. We do that sometimes. There's positions that we can't do.
I'm really
you know?
angry. I'm really angry. I'm livid now. No, but like hitting, you know, it's a compliment, but you know what it's like? It's like going for a dunk and hitting your head on the backboard.
Yeah.
It's painful, but man, everyone's like, "Wow, you hit your head on the back." Yeah, I usually have to move it when I jam because I'll catch it on the rim. Wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the rim feel about it, though? How's the backboard feel about
I don't know. How about those guys who have to run out with the mop?
Oh,
those little kids.
They have that, Travis?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the bedroom. We'll take
Kids.
they're wearing Lakers
it's getting weird.
windbreakers. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Civil War talk. You know, it's all just sort of revolutionary stuff. But never looked at anything.
1, go.
Yeah, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Travis Barker here tonight. Shanna Barker here. I guess we should call you Moakler, right? Or do you go by Barker?
I go by either or. I still haven't officially changed because I have to go to the DMV and the Social Security, and it's been a little crazy busy. So.
But are you cool? I mean, you cool with Barker?
Cool? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very proud of being Mrs.
Cool.
Barker.
Are you cool?
Yes.
You cool? You need,
yeah, I'm all right.
You need another wine cooler, my lady? That's my line at the party. So here's the thing. Uh-oh, someone's smoking weed.
Oh, yeah. Someone was smoking.
Wow. Woo! Skunk just blew in here.
I feel like Shana has my headphones. I'm not that high. I'm like, she has my headphones.
I had them on, too, and I was like, God, these sound so weird. Why am I echoing? Like, this is crazy. But
yeah, smell like
hey, let
Don
me hear
Ho.
yours. Let me hear yours so I can hear how it's.
Wow. Smoking.
I don't like yours. I like mine. This is weird.
Hello.
That's good weed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I just was smelling it.
Nice. Yeah, what's an eighth run these days? I gotta get back into the weed.
You can buy like a good like half ounce of like Kush for like $500 or something.
What's Kush?
I don't know.
That's the best weed.
It's the best weed. It's
in
the
the
Kush
world.
weed. And
is it grown out here or is it grown?
I think it's grown out here. Yeah,
You
but it's all natural. There's no chemicals in it. You know.
You ever eat pot?
No, I like the whole like. I stopped smoking for years, like smoking cigarettes, and I started smoking marijuana just because it mellows you out, and you know what I mean. I always I run myself ragged. I work too much, so I always do it at the end of the night. But I like the whole act of smoking, so I don't like use the vaporizer, and I don't put it in my cookies or my brownies.
Yeah. You ever use one of those vaporizers, Drew?
No, I've never done that.
All right,
It's
give me
weird.
my headphones back.
Yeah. Heats the pot up, like super heats the
Headphone
pot.
Nazi, hold on.
But it doesn't turn into smoke. It turns into vapor.
I like yours.
A lot of doctors recommend it to their
I like
chronic
mine better
pot
anyway.
Well, it makes
smoking
sense.
people who
Because
like sing and stuff.
Right, you don't get chronic bronchitis from it. 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone smokes pot regularly gets chronic bronchitis. That's the
really?
thing. Yeah, very common.
Hey, what do you think's worse for you, Dr. Drew? Do you think smoking cigarettes is worse for you, or smoking like natural weed?
Natural weed.
Well, like good weed. You know what I
Tobacco's
mean?
a natural product too. It's
Right.
a plant.
But I saw like a hypnotist, and he told me there's 350 poisons in cigarettes.
They're 350. Yeah, because
I
there's like
believe that.
325. I'd be cool with it, but 350.
Yeah.
over the top. Over the top. No, there's no doubt that for your overall health, and in terms of what's going to kill you, nicotine's worse, and what kills people in this country, nicotine's worse. But pot, when it really gets a grip on people, it's very difficult to stop, and
Really?
it will cause brain changes.
Why? What is so different about the cigarette smoke and the marijuana smoke? I mean, at least you get the filter in marijuana, right?
In cigarettes.
I mean, I'm sorry, in cigarettes. One is tobacco. They're both
Right.
just leafy plants that people dry out and smoke.
Right.
Is there that much processing going on
No,
in cigarettes?
No, the carcinogens are released from the tobacco with the smoke.
But doesn't marijuana have the same smoke?
No, it
it's
doesn't.
Not the same
Not
kind
the
of
same
smoke.
thing. Yeah, it's different.
So it's like burning a tobacco leaf right off the plantation and burning a marijuana plant would be different smoke.
Different
in
smoke.
terms of your body.
Different smoke. And the marijuana irritates the lungs, but doesn't cause the vascular damage, we don't think, at least, the way the tobacco does.
Yeah, I see these ads every once in a while in these sort of drug-free America campaigns and stuff where they're like, what they don't tell you is a lot of parents would freak out if their kids smoke cigarettes, but they don't say anything over marijuana. They don't realize one marijuana joint is equivalent to 4 cigarettes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
What does that
People
mean?
smoke 30 cigarettes a day.
And you
They
really
smoke
only need
one-
to smoke one joint.
Not even
You know
one
what
anymore.
mean?
I need to smoke a little more.
I need to smoke a little bit more too. But
One in a roach.
Yeah.
The point is, yeah, idiots, you've made your point, but if the person's only smoking not they're not in a rock band, but most people take a couple draws off a roach or a joint. Most people who smoke pot, or a lot of people who smoke pot, may smoke less than half a joint.
And again,
a
that
day.
data is more on specifically airway damage to lungs, and just airway damage to lungs. Nothing to do with heart disease.
But
other things.
it's equivalent if you have a few hits off a roach when you come home at night. It's like smoking 2 cigarettes a day.
Right.
So they don't really couch it that way. It's as if you smoke 20 joints a day instead of 20 cigarettes a day.
Right.
All right.
The point is, if people are going to try to educate
Travis
young people,
is going to try, by the way, for the 20 joints a day.
They should not try tricking them. Just be very direct with what the information is. They'll figure it out for themselves.
Right. All right. And by the way, telling a 19-year-old that it's worse for you than cigarettes doesn't mean anything to a 19. It's like telling a 19-year-old Pepsi's bad for you. Start drinking orange juice. So they're like, who cares? I'm skinny. I'm young. What do I care?
Right.
All right. No, I was talking about me. Drew.
You, of course.
I'm skinny. I'm young.
Yeah,
what do I care?
You are, sir.
Chandra?
Young.
Yes.
Chandra?
Yes.
You're 22?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend. His penis is bottoming out.
Yes, I'm a little concerned because it's kind of a recent development, and he's really not that long. I know he'd hate me to say that, but
Well, as long as you don't say it on national radio or anything.
Yeah,
he's like,
cool.
Shh.
Keep it under your hat.
Have you guys changed positions?
it usually happens if we're doing like doggy style or he's like on top of me.
Right.
But
where does that leave?
Get a liberator.
Oh. What's that?
Seriously,
a grommet?
They position
like
the girl in like a comfortable
dynamical
position.
pillows or whatever. They're these really great pillows, and they kind of put the woman in a very comfortable position.
We conceived our son on one.
Yeah, they're amazing, and they're very comfortable, and they help with that.
Wait. What are these things?
They're
it's like a
pillows.
triangle.
They're
Yeah,
designed for sex?
Yeah,
Yeah,
designed
they're
for
designed
sex.
and for conceiving on them and stuff. But they're fun. You can have a lot of fun with them. But
Where do you get them?
You can get them at like
sex shops,
pleasure shops, or adult shops. and stuff.
Futons Plus has
And
them.
magazines like Vogue and Cosmopolitan have them in the back. You know, they're not as Playboy
High Times.
has them.
You go to the High Times.
But some people like the doggy style. They're not going to stop doing that. So
No, you use it doggy style, but it's like a triangle pillow.
Like the girl gets
this.
to rest her tummy and her boobies on there. You know what I mean? Like so she's not on all
I got
fours.
one. I've had one. Let me just give you a little tip. Pay the extra and get the Scotch guarding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I tried to save a few bucks.
And you know, if you have children, our daughter pulls our son around on it, like around the house.
They think it's like a gymnastics toy or something.
Or like a piece of furniture. It's not dirty or anything.
Is it a posturepedic thing, like one of those soft spokes?
Yeah, it's like
absolutely.
one of those, but it's really
made of
like
cactus.
it's super comfortable. And
Really?
it helps.
No, it's like when
because Travis is large.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
Adam.
it.
Stroking his ego.
Adam's going to beat the crap out of
Very
him.
well endowed, my husband is.
Adam's gonna be waiting for me in the
You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me tell you this
But to
about
a fault,
Travis.
because it can be uncomfortable.
Yeah, unwieldy.
Too big, Adam.
Hard
He's
to
too
wield.
big.
He's
That's
too
hard
big.
to handle.
It's awful.
Whereas
painful.
I got no problems. No, here's the thing.
You've been with all kinds of women.
Here's
women that don't
What,
orgasm.
women that can't have an orgasm with intercourse, and others that can't have an orgasm with intercourse. That's our new drug, Drew. All right. Now here's what I'm going to say about
putting
Travis.
that in with the rape
I
material.
bet you Travis has a large penis, but I
'Cause
bet
he's a skinny
I
guy.
bet part of it is
Yeah.
the frame that it's on.
Yeah.
He's as thick as he is long.
He has a narrow waist and
No.
not a ton of ass. And
No, it isn't a booty.
therefore, he's like it's like a big mailbox on a small lawn.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Now, if you had a big old lawn, now I'm saying not a nice penis. I'm sure, but made even bigger by
The effect.
See, when you have a guy who's has a 2% body fat and goes $150 and he has a big dong on him, it is that much more impressive.
No, it does. If you're skinny or if you're in shape, it makes your
It's much better.
You look different.
Yeah.
If you don't have a big old gut, or, you know what I
listen,
mean?
who are you talking to? You got Drew over here.
I know you guys are both in shape, and you
No.
outran me one time. I was singing about that the other day, but I want to re-challenge you because I'm in shape now. It was like a couple years ago when I was smoking a lot.
Oh yeah.
But you killed me. He murdered me in a race.
We did something down at the NFL Experience,
Yeah, in
I think,
San
for
Diego.
the Super Bowl. Yeah, I
Wow.
forgot about that. Yeah, I ran around with Blink 182.
It was so fun. He kicked our butt at every sport. It was
No,
rad.
no, I think Mark may have won in the sprint. All right. Where are we, Drew? What's going on? Oh, she's bottoming out.
She's bottoming out.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Liberator. Buy the Liberator. Seriously.
So, Chandra.
Yeah, but aren't you going to bottom out even deeper on the Liberator?
No, like we've had that problem before.
Oh, you had the bottom out problem.
Yeah, like in certain positions, and then when we have the Liberator, there's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Chandra. So the deal is its position is, whether it's Liberator or whether you're more careful with your doggy style or avoid doggy style.
Oh, you know, you got to get the new one with the cup holders, too.
The beer
It's
couple?
not like a beverage.
Coffee.
You know, I run dry.
He can always chill out a little bit too, right? Like
That's
he doesn't
right.
have to go.
That's right.
I like to replenish
he
the
needs to
electrolytes.
know. I'm sure he's impressing himself by doing this, but he has to know that it hurts you. And what he's doing is he's hitting up against your cervix.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Like I'm losing my breath.
Yeah, well, it's a visceral experience.
Well,
I mean, it's pushing on your guts.
Tell him to slow down a little bit. All right?
All right.
I mean, he can do that. He can not bottom out. Just tell him not to get a running start.
Or maybe she can be on top. That way she can control.
You
know?
control the depth.
But it sounds like he's not into that. It sounds like he's into his thing. And
Well, no, I'm into
Yes.
I'm into the doggy style too. It's just
Right.
occasionally it bottoms out and it hurts.
Dr. Drew, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it affect women when they have their periods or stuff like that? Would
Is it
that make
worse?
a difference? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some swelling and some vascular congestion down there then, so it's more easy to hit it, and it's more irritable. It hurts more.
Let me tell you what I would do. I mean, it's no Liberator, but it's a cheap fix. I like to work with wood. You see, I have skills outside the studio as well, and you know, if you're using a drill bit. And you're drilling like a multi-hole in a partition or something. You don't want to pop through the other side sometimes.
Exactly.
Put a little thing of tape around it so you know when to stop.
Tape around the drill bit.
Yeah. Why not do that with the penis?
Absolutely.
A little piece of duct tape at the halfway point.
Perfect.
That's as far as you
There
go.
we go.
Little visual
how about,
reminder.
How about some sort of some of those drills that release when they get to the other side?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, neurosurgeons have these things that if they're drilling through the skull, it just stops it when it gets to the.
Oh, when it breaks there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need
I'm
something
a
like
woodworker, not a neurosurgeon.
I'm just saying. We're talking about the body here. There should be
Okay,
something for the
penis that releases?
Yeah.
I've seen those. I do look in the magazines and I see those Liberator things, and it always takes me a minute. Like there's always a hot chick.
Yeah, you're always like
Well, every
confused. Like
magazine's
what's going
like different.
on? Yeah.
Like Playboy, it's sexy and they're all like naughty on it, and then
In hardcore
Cosmo,
magazines, they're
all like just
raunchy,
kind of like
like-
sweet
Right.
next to it, you know.
Wonder if there's, I should invest in this company.
Yep.
You
Be the
should.
spokesperson.
Let's buy
for
it. Let's
be
buy
my
the patent.
doctor.
Let's buy the Liberator.
Yeah.
And you can build a factory.
And we'll call it the
and work in
Destroyer.
it.
We'll change. We'll ramp it up a little bit.
And I'll immediately make modification, like your company's logo here, drink holders, like I
Yeah.
said, the Scotch guarding.
Yeah. Or you can put
be a good one.
porno on the things.
Ooh,
These guys can look at
little
that.
video, little heads-up video display for the fellas.
Make one that's like a mirror, like so people could see.
Ooh,
Look at that.
Love the
Mayor
Travis
one,
design.
Travis
Yeah.
autograph.
I'll do
Yeah.
like a signature series, and me and Shane
Yeah.
will be in the ad.
Yeah, you put the symbol
you
up
know?
there so when you orgasm, ping.
Yeah, you hit
the
splash
thing.
symbols when you orgasm.
Yeah, a hi-hat if you can't get a boner. Blink, blink. and you do the SpongeBob one for the kids who like to play with it, drag them around.
Of course.
Wow, this is awesome. This is a moneymaker. We probably said too much.
Yeah, we have. Is this,
Oh, they
is this
could
thing
take-
on? Is this thing
They'll
on?
take these ideas and run with them. All right, let's take a little break here. We have Travis and Shanna tonight from Meet the Barkers. We will imagine with that Liberator. That thing must get a funk going after a few months.
Scotch guard.
Couple of
Scotch guard.
summers on that Liberator. I think that
Kids are
smell like just one pile of sack. Imagine that thing. You got to send that thing out every once in a while.
Sack and semen.
Just one big mess. You can send that every once in a while. Just bring that through the coin-op car wash and just take it and give it a good hose.
I just take it outside and hose it down
Just
when I
hit
do
it.
the car or something every once in a while.
Just
you know?
hit it good every once in a while, and then a quick coat of Armor All and right back into the bedroom. All right, we'll be right back after this.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Yeah, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Shane and Travis here tonight. They watched the fabulous program, Meet the Barkers. Now you have a 1-year-old, and Shana, you have like a 4-year-old from
I have a 6-year-old from a previous relationship.
Oh, is she 6?
She's 6, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and then I have a 1.5-year-old Travis, and I have a 1.5-year-old little boy.
And is that Oscar De La Hoya's girl?
Yes.
And how's he doing? Is he around? Is he take care of her? Does he see her, give you some money?
He's financially responsible, but
No, he didn't call on her birthday. He didn't.
Really?
No.
he's financially takes care of her, but he's not very.
What's I mean, I don't want to turn this to a mudslinging thing, but is there some? Is he angry? Or is it just out of it?
I don't know. I don't speak with him. I don't really, just kind of moved on.
Did his parents not take care of him?
No, his mom was around, and she died, and
She
was
passed
the biggest
away, yeah.
fan, and all that stuff, and dad was around. Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird.
Well, I mean, most guys just sort of are, however they were raised. That's how they raise their kids. If their folks were around, then they're around.
Yeah, I think there's more going on than that, but it's it is what it is, and I've made amends with it and moved on, and actually,
Right.
in a
Well,
better place.
This song's the check clears, but
right.
What now? Then Travis could adopt her if he wanted at some point, right?
Yeah, I don't think Oscar would allow that. I don't know why, but I could go back to court and stuff.
Yeah, I
but
don't think he'd be in a position not to allow it.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that stuff works.
Yeah.
I don't know how the adoption. I know a lot of stepdads adopt their kids, but I don't know if you need the permission of the guy, or you can just prove in court.
no, you have to go to court and you have to
Prove that it's not been available.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But I mean, Oscar's her father and Trav's her daddy, and that's kind of how we look at it.
I like that.
I love her just like she's mine.
Yeah.
She's
Coulda got-
They have a really
amazing.
special
She's
relationship, and Trav's really wonderful with her. So, if there was a problem where she was asking me about him and things like that, I guess I would look more into it. But she's really well balanced, and she's in a really amazing place. I think we've done a really great job. So
Yeah, she gets a lot of love.
a lot of love.
Yeah, she could have got stuck with my stepdad, John. I said 3 words to the guy the entire time. No, nice guy.
No factory tour.
Not sure what he does. Yeah,
Works in a factory.
Well, he works at. Here's the
That's
thing.
all you wanted is a factory tour.
I really love military aircraft, and he works building military aircraft at Lockheed, but he can't talk about it because he's got one of them security things, So that was about it.
Do you think he actually has that, or maybe he's just paranoid and won't talk about it?
You may be right, because one time I went to talk to him about the beach, and he said he had a security problem, so he can't talk about the ocean. Yes, it made me suspicious at the time. You're right.
Yes.
Made me think maybe he just didn't want to talk.
Right.
All right.
And then he's got his tools chained down.
No, I'm yeah. Oh, my family. What a mess. Bunch of losers. Tell you what. But it was weird because one day when I was in high school, I heard my stepdad call into a radio talk advice show.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
About what?
Impotence.
It's like damn stepkids.
What was it?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, he was having a beef with the neighbor or something.
Wow.
And here's the thing. It was weird.
But that's a paranoid thing too.
I was just listening and dude, don't make fun of people who call in talk radio shows.
I'm just saying, the neighbor thing, the security suspicion thing, the chain down.
Everyone's a mess in my
tools.
family. Even the outsiders, even the non-blood ones are a
Did you ever
mess.
see the neighbor do anything?
No, they're having an argument or something. I don't know what the topic is. The point is she was like, "Do you have any kids?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got some stepkids." And I was like, "Uh-oh."
Here we go.
I'm sexually attracted to the boy. I smell his underpants when he's at school every day. I was like, "Uh-oh." Brace. You know that weird position you get in? Prepare for weirdness.
Yes,
It's like it's that crash position you get in. It's prepare for weirdness.
Duck and cover.
Yeah, it's like when your wife gets drunk and it's at a dinner party. It's like, "Oh, back in the day. Uh-oh. Brace for weirdness. Something weird could happen."
Yeah.
I braced for weirdness, and it was good. Because he's like, I don't get along with the girl that much, but the boy's cool. And I realized. I looked down, I saw my penis, and I said, yes. That's me. That is me. Let me tell you something, Drew.
Yeah.
I've been with all kinds of women.
Some have orgasms?
Some
don't have orgasms.
Some have orgasm with intercourse. Others don't have orgasm with intercourse.
Some not with oral sex?
Some not with oral sex.
Some not with intercourse.
Matt?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Adam? I'm a big fan of yours, and Dr. Drew, I love your guys' work.
What's up,
Thank
Matt?
you.
I just I have this big problem. I've been wanting to see this stripper, right? Her name is Crystal, and I'm like I don't know what to do because I'm like really in love with her. I
Sure.
can't go any day without stop thinking about her.
Yeah, but that's just because you're a loser. It's not because you're in love.
Well, I don't know if that's the reason. I don't really know. It's just.
Have you ever had any kind of relationship with her?
No, not really.
Have you ever talked to her?
Yeah, we talk all the time. I take her out to breakfast once in a while when she gets out of work. I
Yeah.
go up and see her all the time.
Breakfast is dinner for strippers, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You make out with her or anything?
I just don't know really what to do about it, and I was hoping I could get some advice.
All right. Well, we've throw Drew out of the mix, but I'm guessing Travis has been to a strip joint or two.
Yeah. Hey, do you kiss her and stuff? Like, does she show interest in you?
Yeah, she always kisses me, and you know, I mean, she does show interest.
No, her kissing you and you,
No, like
kissing is different.
Not like a kiss, not like a.
We're looking
but like
for
a bona fide kiss. Like, does she kiss you and touch you and mess with you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You've gotten tongue action.
Once.
That's not always kissing, by the way.
But again, you're
you darting your tongue like a sidewinder into her mouth while she's giving you a peck on the cheek. It's not tongue action.
But you're getting involved with somebody that may not be capable of having a relationship. This may be all she can do.
Not with him. She's
I
not.
don't know if I should just come forward and ask her and
for-
tell her my feelings.
How old are you?
I mean, I'm 19.
That's gonna freak her
You
out.
know what, man? I would.
You're
I
in
would.
deep.
I wouldn't talk to her about anything. I would just hang out with her and enjoy her, man. You're young, like, and I don't know if you want an old lady. You know, at the end of the day, that's a stripper. You know, it might be like good right now, and it might look cool right now, but down the road, you know.
Yeah, when you're in your 50s,
Travis,
she's still dancing.
No, I am guilty. My wife always teases me, like that's all I used to mess with is strippers. But at the end of the day, man, it's unfulfilling. You know, it's cool for the moment, but I mean, it all depends on what you want, though, man.
Well, that's why you go to the next one, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're ready to move on real quick, you know.
What's that, Matt?
I can't stop thinking about her. It's like when I'm away from her, you know, it's like I'm physically sick.
All right, well, hold on,
but
Matt.
that's not normal, Matt.
Let me straighten you out. The reason, first off, when you get these sort of obsessions with people, it usually means the rest of your life is not going too well.
And you may have an obsessive-compulsive trait, too.
Okay. Is this a totally nude Blaze or topless?
Totally nude.
Ooh, that just means she's a little nuttier.
Yeah. Have you had sex with her yet?
Hell no.
No.
he
Well, maybe
hasn't had
that's what needs to happen. Maybe if he has sex with her,
he's not in a band, though, Trash. You're
Makes
talking
it
to him
happen.
like he said, the fourth member of Blink. The guy works at a Jiffy Lube. He's not getting that kind of tail.
Yeah.
Look, Matt, next time you go out with her at night. Have a couple of cocktails and see if you can go somewhere.
19.
Don't profess. Okay, just have one cocktail then. Don't profess your love to her. You'll freak her out. That's the only shot. You got to go.
I think you gotta-
she's spinning you around.
I think you
got
gotta
nothing.
break. You got to break the
All right,
habit.
it's never going to work.
This is like an addiction.
Just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just enjoy yourself.
Which really, in Matt's case, will be not doing
It's
anything.
like telling him to enjoy himself with heroin.
Actually, I have
when
a
he
lot of
can't.
girlfriends who are dancers, and what they do with a lot of young guys like this is they just kind of use them for even the smallest amount of money that they can get.
Yeah, so don't spend no bread on her. Don't,
Yeah.
you know.
That Root and Tootie Fresh and Fruity at 4 a.m. buying is way too much. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
You'd be surprised what they can get out of those poor guys.
Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Placement agent.
But that's different than crazy bitch.
Yeah. 'Cause that's
But I mean, if you look in the encyclopedia, like there's her face, like it's scary.
Probably treated her.
2, 1, go.
To a facial. Yeah. Come on, Drew. Up top. buddy. Up top. Up top. Yeah. All right, everyone. That's the Barkers. God bless them. You kids come back anytime. We're still on the air, Travis. Meet the Barkers Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock on MTV. I'll be watching this Wednesday, and then next Wednesday I'll watch Drew's show, and we'll go back and forth.
No TiVo, though. No TiVo.
Thanks, guys. Always good seeing you guys again.
Thank you so much for having us.
And until next time, Shanna Moakler for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.